Biggest flex is becoming the best version of yourself. That is the biggest flex that nobody talks about. Becoming the best version of yourself can be you being very, very disciplined in your health and fitness. That alone is the biggest flex because you get to look good, you get to feel good, you get to expose a lot of people's insecurities, and you will expose a lot of your friends and your family's insecurities. You also have the luxury of looking yourself in the mirror and taking your shirt off and feeling confident in yourself. That is the biggest flex that nobody talks about. You literally spent years and months working hard in the gym, eating the right foods. Sometimes you have to sacrifice certain things that you can't eat for a little while just so you can look a certain way. Then you finally get it and you finally in shape. That's the biggest flex, man. It's the biggest flex. A lot of people are gonna hate you for that. I have experienced it firsthand, bro. The people I used to go to school with and became friends with, they are no longer in my life no more. It is because they expose themselves and I expose their own insecurities. Moment when you go and do something good in life, especially if it's about your fitness and you eating right, you will expose a lot of people. And that right there is the biggest flex.
Being fit, being in shape is in itself a status symbol because it signifies a few things. First and foremost, obviously self-discipline, but on top of that, it alludes to self-interest. And one of the key components to building wealth and living a life of luxury, as we like to call it, is the desire, ability, and capacity to care for one's own self. Another creator brought up the topic of language amongst classes, and within the poverty class, selfishness is perceived as something that is negative. But when it comes to your health, when it comes to your genetic optimization, that selfishness or self-interest is actually a positive thing. So in addition to that, having a healthier body, more defined muscles, having endurance and strength and power also gives off the impression that you have access to resources, specifically food, that keeps this discipline sustained. That is also paired with the ability to deny oneself and exercise portion control. When you are vacating, lounging, when you're stressed, this is where the discipline comes into place. It's not just actually performing the workouts, because if you are someone that operates in this realm, then you understand how you eat on a consistent basis, not just for temporary trends, has more of an impact on the longevity of your body's makeup. So if you have the discipline to say no to eating out consistently, to drinking every night, it is also likely that you have the ability to stay consistent in keeping a budget, for example, or in the long-term relationship with investing and building wealth that may be slow at first before things start compounding. Now, I'm not saying people go through all of these thoughts when they see someone that is fit or someone that is physically well sustained, but these are likely the back end implications that it tends to have. And if we want to tie it into patriarchy, for example, when we refer to certain groups of women as trophies, trophy wives, they tend to have specific figures. This alludes to the chiseling of their body, the upkeep of their physical appearance, which also signifies another realm of wealth, luxury, ease. Yeah.
There are a bunch of silent flexes that people pick up on before you open your mouth, before you do a single thing. So one of the biggest silent flexes you can have, and probably one of the most intimidating ones, is being in shape. I would say, especially for women, but for men, it's still even a bigger flex than wealth. I'd say it's harder to get in shape than it is to get rich. But the only people confident enough to come up to me in person, athletes. Sports were in their past, or they currently work out, or they are currently an athlete. And listen, I'm saying good-looking guys have a lot of confidence, but good-looking guys that aren't in shape still find going up to a very athletic, in shape girl, they find that intimidating, and probably would choose someone that's a little less in shape.
I told y'all being fit is a currency in itself. A lot of people that aren't fit like to downplay the value of being fit. But it takes a certain person to approach a woman that is fit because they know she's not regular. She is disciplined, she is consistent, and she means business about herself. So in order for you to even be comfortable enough to step to her, you're gonna have to be coming with something yourself. Whether it's the fact that you think you got enough money, you yourself are fit, so you know and you can understand and you can relate with her, or whatever you feel like you may bring to the table. But it's gonna have to be something. You're gonna have to know how to construct the table when you're dealing with a girl that's fit, because she's no joke. And 9 times out of 10, she knows her worth, so don't play with her.
You get more respect from people when you're in shape, and nobody can convince me otherwise. My name is Princess. I literally lost 20 pounds from juicing and working out, and let me tell you how the world treats me completely differently. Like, when people speak to me, like, when people see me, their eyes light up. Like, they admire me, they're inspired by me. But when I was out of shape and unhealthy, it was just the kind of looks that I used to get, like, lazy, or, just, you know what type of looks I'm talking about. But now that I am at the best shape that I have ever been, I'm telling you, strangers are just like, oh my God, you just look so good. Your skin is glowing. What do you do? Like, even little kids look at me like, who is this black Barbie? And I love it. Like, I get so many compliments, and that's why it's just so important that you really do have to take care of your body. You really do. Like, that is so important, so vital for your health. And I bet that y'all didn't even know that in the Bible speaks about working out, taking care of your body physically, because we only have one body. Our body and our mind are supposed to be one. So you have to think, if you're working out your body, you're working out your mind. You're making your mind stronger. Then you're able to focus during the day. You're able to block out the negativity. You're able to keep the enemy out of your thoughts. And I just don't know where I would be if I did not take that step and say, I am tired of being depressed. I'm tired of not being happy in my own body. I'm tired of feeling like crap in my young 20s. This is not how my life is supposed to be. And it clicked to me. I started working out. I was reading my Bible. I still read my Bible every day. I exercise my mind just like I exercise my body. And God showed me what I needed to do. He said, start juicing. Start juicing. I started juicing. He said, I want you to go heal people the way you healed yourself. And that's exactly what I do. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm so thankful that I could just share my story, but juicing changed my life. And I want us as a generation to be in our best shape possible, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. We deserve that. We are entitled to that. The government and all these other factors in the world are robbing us of our true destiny. It's crazy.
So there's a lot of wind going. I hope y'all can hear me. But Bodygame is like the ultimate cheat code in 2026. Just like I said before, it's gonna be people trying to downplay Bodygame. And just like in these videos I showed y'all earlier, they get it. They get that it's a flex. How people will try to downplay you when you on Bodygame. Y'all can hear me right now. This wind blowing real fast. It's blowing real loud. But yeah, people try to downplay you when you on Bodygame. Because your health, it should be your number one priority. It's a bigger flex than money, than status, than clout, than anything. So you need to be on Bodygame in 2026. You really need to be on Bodygame in 2026. Because people, they don't want to do the work. All they want to do is try to, be like you and try to downplay you and try to act like it's not important. But when you on Bodygame, and you take your health serious, you take your nutrition serious, you take that diet serious, they can't deny it. Because that's one thing you can't fake your health and you working out. So be on Bodygame in 2026, man. Be on Bodygame.